What's going on, MCC family? Back at it again with another chat. Alright, so the chat today, my bad, I'm Michael. If you guys don't remember, the MCC chat topic for today is we're going to talk about finding yourself on campus, and we're also going to find the difference between a caring and demanding relationship. We also have some new faces, so if you guys want to, chime in and tell us your major, your name, and what year you are.
Hi, my name is Fatima Thurman, and I'm a graduate Master's of Social Work and Public Administration major.
I'm Celine, I'm a chem major.
I'm Corinne, and I'm a communications major.
I'm Steven Garso, and I'm a criminal justice major.
On campus? Finding yourself on campus. So, who wants to start with that? I mean, I'm not sure.
I'll start.
Okay.
I feel like I have two perspectives. My first perspective comes from my undergraduate career at Kutztown. Being an undergraduate, it's hard to find yourself on campus coming from an inner city like Philadelphia because you don't know how to interact in rural PA. And you come from a setting where you meet people like high school, like people that you've grown since 9th grade to 12th grade, and you get to see them. But like class aspects here, you get different people in your class every day. So you don't have the chance to build strong relationships unless you're a really social person. So I feel as though it's hard to get involved if you're not outgoing as a freshman or an underclassman, like undergraduate.
Yeah, I can agree with that because I've known people from kindergarten to 12th grade. Like, we all went through the same school system together. And I really didn't have to deal with new people. Like, if I knew you, I knew you. But, like, coming here, like, you really have to put yourself out there. It's like you change. It's not always for the worse, but you have to change so that you can, meet people and get, like, the full experience of college.
I can speak from like a transfer perspective, because especially just going into college in general is hard, especially if you don't really know yourself, especially like if you have like a very terrible high school and like you got bullied a lot, trying to like shake off that negative energy that you just got put on you for years and years and years is already hard. But then coming into a brand new environment that you don't even know, especially from, at least my transition was hard because I went from being very quiet to everyone knowing me on my old campus, being like, hey Kiera, like how are you, da da da. Came here, was like, oh, no one knows me, I don't know anybody, this is like freshman year all over again. What do I do? So now you gotta like go around and like remake friends, which is even harder because this is a bigger campus than what I came from. So then it was just like, wow, like if we really not speaking to each other, it's very easy for me not to see you like at all. Like we could go the whole semester without talking to each other, and it would just be so easy. Especially if our majors aren't the same, like you wouldn't run into each other. Unlike my old school, it was a small private campus, so you had no choice but to see each other. You walk down the street, oh, there she is. You walk into class, oh, there she is. Now it's here, like say we had a falling out, me and her had a falling out, it's just like, all right, we have a falling out, maybe I see her next week, maybe I don't. Oh well, so I think just knowing yourself in general kind of helps with making friends and like getting the process of entering college, and whether you're a transfer or a freshman or things like that.
Me personally, when I first came to school as a freshman, I just did things that I like to do, I like to be around. So I like playing sports. So like after my classes, I would just go back to my room and change and go to the gym and hang out there. And you meet people like when you're just playing basketball or lifting or something like that, and then you start meeting people there. And once you meet them there, you see them like in class or on campus, you say hi to them there. And sometimes we go eat at South or Cub and see them there again, sit down with them and talk to them. They have other friends, you get to interact with them. And it's like being social like that for me worked. And like I want to say I'm like popular or anything, but like I get to see more faces, so I know more faces. And I'm like, oh hey, all the time when I'm walking around, because like I'm used to saying hi to people, like talking to people for like a long time too. So I like to be social. So that's what happened with me, and it worked. So I would say be social and like just do stuff that you like, basically.
And try something new. If you think you'll like it, just try it. It won't hurt you in any way, and you can drop it at any time.
I don't know, for me it was kind of like different, because even though I was like pretty outgoing in high school, when I came to Kutztown, I was kind of like shell shocked. So I didn't interact with anybody, and I was actually very, very, like, very to myself and very quiet. Like, even when I would come to the MCC, I would have, someone would have to interact with me first before yeah, yes, Karen. Someone would have to interact with me first, because I wouldn't say anything. Like, I would be like, oh, hi, but I won't approach anybody or anything. So, like, for me, it actually took, like, my whole freshman year to figure out who I was and, like, what I actually liked to do, because my mom was also very strict, so she was just like, everything's too dangerous, be afraid of the world. I wasn't scared of the world, but I just never had the opportunity to try anything. So coming here and actually having, like, oh, well, now I could actually go to the gym. Do I go? No. But it's still available. You know, I can still tell people, oh, I'm gonna try it next week or something.
I feel like my freshman year, I just kind of, whenever I get put in like a situation where I don't know, like I kind of just dive right into it, and then I like try to adjust later. So I didn't experience like the culture shock of Kutztown until like the end of my first like semester here. Like I thought everything was like peachy keen here until like later when I started to settle down, because when I first got here, like me and my roommate, we did rounds in our building. Like if we saw your door open, we'd say hi. Like we were just making friends. We were getting to know everybody. We were just doing the most.
I did that.
And then yeah, because I think I might have your DVD or I have somebody else's DVD from freshman year that I like saw. But just going around and like saying hi to people, and then when like the dust kind of settled and you're like, okay, now I'm acclimated to the university, and I started looking around, I was like, I don't know how I feel about some of the things that like I've experienced thus far, the people that I met. Like I had to basically, for me, I had to restart my freshman year, because the people that I had like clicked with, I had to cut them all off because they weren't actually good for me, and then I had to start over, and that's when I came here, and then I found like who I was in college, like who I am now.
I think without like knowing yourself, college can be like very difficult, because life hits you harder here than it does high school. High school is more like you kind of find in yourself like confidence. At least I hope you would find yourself confidence in high school. But here it's kind of like make it or break it for like the real world. Like when you get out, it's like how do I see myself outside of here? Like how am I able to manage myself once these 4 years are up, and like I have to go into like the real world? Like, am I okay? Do I know how to take care of myself? Do I know how to provide for myself? Do I have to still call my mom for everything, or can you really be solid like within yourself and like no, like it's okay. Maybe I have like some insecurities, or maybe I don't have the biggest group of friends, but I have this group of friends, and that can keep me solid until I'm ready to like get stable in my career or whatever you want to do after here.
I also think that like if you don't know yourself, it can still be a lot of fun. Because as I said, my freshman year, I did not know myself, and like for the people who knew me freshman year, I was everywhere, literally everywhere. I was in every club and like anything I could like get my hands on, anything I could like explore, I was there. I tried botany club for like a week. I was confused. I got plants out of it. Some of them died. But like, I checked out the club with the MCC. I checked out some other groups. I think I checked out the Poli Sci Club for like a day or 5 minutes. I can't remember. But like, if you don't know yourself, you can also, colleges like where you actually do get to do that stuff. Because by the end of my freshman year, I regretted not sleeping as much, but it was fun. I didn't talk much, but I was everywhere, and I got to learn a lot more.
I'd say on like the other side of that, because like I think I came in with like a relatively strong sense of self, but like it was at college where it was like constantly being challenged. Like when I was in high school, like I was like, this is who I am, like take it or leave it, and nobody really questioned anything about it because like I had my people who were similar to me. But then I got here and everyone's like, why do you do that, or why don't you do that, or what, like are you going to try this and why haven't you, or if you go, like if you're into this, why? Like it was like I was constantly being questioned, and I was like, could you just like let me live? Like so there was like in the sense of like trying to expand it. But for the most part, all the things that I tried, like my freshman year coming in, only confirmed what I already thought. Like I was like, I didn't think I was gonna like it, tried it, and I didn't. So like it was a lot of that. I feel like I had that.
Yeah, I think it comes from like knowing growth and knowing that you will grow, especially like growing through like elementary through high school. Because when you get here, you learn new classes that's going to teach you new things. Like I was talking earlier about my transition with my hair, and I took African American literature with Dr. Black as an undergraduate. And some of the course materials expanded my mind to a level that I don't think I would have reached without it. And I learned about like being not ethnocentric in a way, but just more being proud of who you are. And I need those courses here to help expand me to a new level to appreciate some of the features that I do have, despite transitioning back to like process here and things like that. But that came with growth and knowledge itself as a whole. I feel like that's something that you get here. I feel like we were so cliquey in high school and early on in life that we didn't have that time. A lot of your friends don't share the same major with you. So you have to be independent in your own self to want to push. So I guess it just comes down to finding yourself within a strong person, like Kiera said about being solid. And I think that's one thing we learned. Like we have finals and everything that teaches how to work under pressure, but it really is building your foundation. That's foundation that you stand on. Whether you really can be solid within this place and working atmospheres.
Like for me, I feel like off of what Key was saying, like it was like high school had you sheltered and it had you safe in how you were. Like that routine was just like every day. Like you knew you was going to the gym at 6th period, but like coming to college, it's like you like that shelter is gone. So it forces you to become the person that you need to be for life. It forces you to, you know, interact with people that you may not have in high school because of a group project or because you're in the same dorm or building or something. So I feel like you have to disconnect from that person you were in high school to actually grow and find yourself on campus as an undergraduate.
Yeah, I agree. Because I did the same thing. Like my friends helped me out a lot because I've never been like narrow-minded. I've always been a very open-minded type of person, trying to take in everybody's opinions and things like that. Not necessarily their opinions, but you know, get a feel for everyone around me, and then I'll pick out of the bunch who I like and like who I want to, you know, be with for the time that I'm here. So my friends really did a good job at, you know, helping me out, developing myself, and then on top of that I joined my sorority, which only enhanced me just a little bit more. And then on top of that, like my major enhanced me that much more. So like I feel like all of that just made me who I am now. Not so much that I wasn't this person before, but like all of those factors, it was just like a really big enhancement. So I'm not leaving here the same person I came in as.
I don't know. I also think it's like super important, especially with like group projects type stuff, because you need to know what kind of person you are to know what kind of person you can work with. Because in your class, everyone kind of like shows their personality and the way that, you know, if they're quiet, if they're the types to challenge the professor, if they're the types to like needs to be in control kind of stuff. So you need to know yourself before you can even be with other people kind of thing for me. Because just like before I really started to connect with even the people at the MCC, I wanted to figure out who I was at Kutztown, who I wanted to be and where I want to go. So it's just like you can't, I don't know, I feel like until you really know yourself, you can't properly interact with other people even. Because then one day you're going to find something else about yourself and you're going to change. And how is that going to influence the person that you're with?
I'm the complete opposite of that. That's like why like my friends and like everything around me has like they've had a really big influence on who I am. Because I didn't come into MCC my freshman year. I didn't come in actually until one of my friends started working here. And I was like, oh, well, she's working here, so I'll see her most of the time because she moved off campus. And I was like, okay, well, let me be in here with her. And then she's like not even here anymore, but I'm still here. I'm here all the time. So like things like that, like bringing me in like that because other people that I'm always around are here, and like doing things that I don't do because other people around me are doing them. So like, you know, being a bit more open because of the people that I'm with.
So I guess my question for you guys would be, are you guys satisfied with the person you are now?
Yeah.
I hated my high school self. Like, I can't stand high school days. I much prefer the person I am now than high school. High school, I was mean. I still am kind of mean, but like, I'm mean with a purpose now. Like, if you actually like have a reason, like if I have a reason now, then I'll be angry. In high school, I'm just mad for no reason.
I need some of that. That's why I need you to transfer, because I feel like I'm just so bubbly and just so sweet.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know, because I feel like I do need to be harder. Or
No.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's
No.
I think it
a
would break my
perception of people. That like people
Right.
think that you need to be harder just because like the world may be a little harder, but if you're bubbly, like unique in your own way, then that's how you should be. You shouldn't change yourself just because society is a certain way.
Yeah, society needs people like you because it is so hard.
Exactly.
Just don't let anyone take advantage of you. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you're not
We'll be
That's the
here.
main
The
thing.
mean people will be here for you.
Every bubbly person needs like one like hard friend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to my friend like that.
Like, I want it.
Why your face tore up? Why you have that look on your face? What's wrong? You should smile. I'm happy inside.
But I know that I'm happy with who I became. I don't think that it's because I didn't like who I was before, but like how kind of like what Carl was saying with like the like elevated like an enhanced like a Corinne 2.0 like who I am now. Like I think I've upgraded a little bit from like who I was before. Like the original model was fine and all, but like but who I am like now like what, because I don't think that I had anything like driving me before. Like I was just kind of like, this is who I am, this is what I'm into. But like when I got here and like actually joining like BSU my freshman year and coming in there, like it helped me figure out what I'm passionate about, and that like has led me to like it guides every decision that I've made thus far. So it led me to who I am now, and I'm really proud of that person.
So you expanded your horizons.
Yes.
I feel like I like who I am now. Like back in high school, I was like really sad and unconfident, and like I saw a saying like confidence isn't will these people like me, but I will be okay if these people don't like me. So I feel like I feel like I built my confidence, and like I'm more happy, and stuff doesn't like damage me as much as it did when I was in high school. I feel like I'm more helpful now. I just want to help. Like just ask me, I'll do it. Probably.
You're nice.
I feel like I'm more emotional.
I never get the chance to say it. You always
In my
know
younger days, I was number, and I guess to like my feelings and stuff. I think it's a bad thing because I cry over like the simplest things, and I'm just an emotional wreck. I think it's because of getting older a little bit, and your like body is more in tune with how you really feel. Because I think as I grew, some things that you can look past, I can't look past anymore. And I don't know if that's a bad growth or a good growth.
I think it's a good growth because I'm on the same way. Like when I was
I'm
younger,
the opposite.
people could be like crying. I'm like, what you crying for? Like, fix your face. And now I'm like, oh, you're crying. What's wrong? Come and tell me about
I'm
it.
more like sensitive to a lot of things that I would look past before.
Yeah.
That was a growth.
I like myself a lot better than I liked myself in high school, and I think a big source of it for me is in high school I competed with others a lot, and I was very competitive with my friends, my boyfriend, everybody. But now I'm competing with myself, so I feel like I'm my own, like I set my own standards and then I reach them. And that's just a much more healthy way for me to operate, because it's actually making me feel happier, more satisfied when things do work out, because I think, oh, like I was using myself to be motivated because I wanted to reach that. So that's one reason I definitely feel like I have a healthier kind of like mindset now than I did in high school.
So we didn't get to our second topic today, but we will next week. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with more videos.
Thank you.
I was on my phone.
Thank you, everyone.